Most people think getting rich is about making more money. It's not. It's about what you do with the money you already have every single day without thinking about it. And here's what nobody tells you. The decisions that actually build wealth aren't the big ones. It's not the investment you made in 2021. It's not the raise you negotiated last spring. It's the decisions so small, so automatic, so invisible that you stopped calling them decisions at all. I want to show you 10 of them. And somewhere in this list, you're going to recognize a pattern in your own life. The way you say yes to things you can't afford because the vibe was right, the way money just disappears before the month ends. That pattern is either building your future or quietly destroying it. By the end, you'll know which one. But first, there's one decision on this list that most people think is completely boring. It's not. It's the one that separates people who build real wealth from people who just look like they have money. I'll get to it, just not yet. The first decision is how you start your morning, before you spend a single dollar. A 29-year-old named Derek, software engineer, makes good money, always has, but every month he'd hit the last week and wonder where it all went. Didn't eat out that much, didn't buy anything crazy, just gone. One morning he started writing down one financial intention before anything else. Not a spreadsheet, just a sentence. Today I will not spend on anything unplanned. Before coffee, before his phone. 3 months later, he had his first $2,000 emergency fund. He hadn't earned more. He just started the day differently. Morgan Housel, in The Psychology of Money, makes this exact point. Behavior, not knowledge, is what actually moves financial outcomes. Derek didn't need a new strategy. He needed a new first thought. Decision number 2 is whether you pay yourself first or last. Most people pay rent, the car note, the subscriptions, food, and then save whatever's left. Whatever's left is almost always nothing. The people building real wealth flip that sequence entirely. The moment money hits the account, a portion moves. Automatically. Before willpower gets involved. Before a sale drops. Before your buddy texts you about the weekend trip to Vegas. Even $200 a month consistently over 10 years compounding. Look it up. You'll feel something shift when you see that number. Decision number 3 is who you spend your actual Friday nights with. This sounds like advice your dad would give you, and that's exactly why most people dismiss it. But your reference point for what's normal comes entirely from the people around you. If your group eats out 4 nights a week, 4 nights feels reasonable. If your group talks about index funds over beers, checking your investment account feels normal. You absorb the financial behavior of your environment whether you choose to or not. James Clear laid out the entire mechanism in Atomic Habits. Identity and environment drive behavior far more than motivation or willpower ever will. Think about the last 3 times you spent money you regret. Who were you with? Decision number 4 is what you do in the first 5 minutes after you get paid. Not the first day, the first 5 minutes. Because that window, right when the dopamine of a fresh paycheck hits, is exactly when your brain is most likely to make an emotional spending decision. A new watch, a flight you've been eyeing, a night out to celebrate. The men who are quietly building wealth use that window differently. They move money before the feeling fades. They don't trust the version of themselves that just got paid. That sounds harsh. It's actually just honest. Decision number 5 is how you handle a financial mistake. You overspent last month. You bought something dumb. You missed a payment. What happens next is the real decision. Most people feel shame, go quiet, and then either restrict too hard or give up completely. Neither works. The actual move is to look at it plainly. What happened? Why it happened? What one thing changes next month? That's it. Wealth isn't built by people who never mess up. It's built by people who don't let one bad month quietly become a bad year. Decision number 6 is whether you actually know your numbers. Not roughly. Actually. What came in last month? What went out? What your net worth is right now, even if that number is negative. Most guys in their 30s have a vague sense of their finances and a very specific sense of everything else. Their fantasy football roster, their car specs, their streaming queue. That imbalance costs real money over time. You cannot optimize what you refuse to measure. 15 minutes this week, just 15. Write down every number. That single act changes how you make every other decision for the rest of the month. Drop a comment right now. Do you actually know your net worth to the dollar? Most people watching this don't, and that's exactly the problem. Now, here's the one I said I'd come back to. The decision most people think is boring. It's the decision to do nothing. When markets drop, most people panic sell. When a coworker mentions a hot stock, most people get curious. When their portfolio sits flat for 3 months, most people start second-guessing everything. The quietly wealthy men, not Instagram wealthy, actually wealthy, make the decision to sit still, to not react, to let compounding work, which requires time and patience and almost nothing else. That deliberate inaction is the hardest decision on this entire list. And almost nobody talks about it because stillness doesn't make a good story. But it makes a great portfolio. Decision number 8 is how you treat your recurring subscriptions. You have more than you think. Go look. Streaming platforms, cloud storage, that meditation app you open twice, the gym membership you use when guilt spikes in January. These aren't big numbers individually, but they represent decisions you made once and then completely forgot about. The money quietly leaving every month on autopilot for things you barely use. Audit them twice a year. Cancel what you don't use. The habit of paying attention is worth more than any individual cancellation. Decision number 9 is whether you negotiate anything at all. Your salary, your rent renewal, your insurance premium, your internet bill. Most people assume these numbers are fixed. They're not. They're opening positions. A single 5-minute conversation, uncomfortable, yes, can put hundreds of dollars back in your account every single year. The men building real financial leverage do it because they ask regularly, without embarrassment. The worst answer you ever get is no, and you're already at no by saying nothing. And decision number 10 is the simplest, and the one most people skip entirely. It's actually deciding, or not just hoping, actually deciding that you will be financially different 5 years from now than you are today. Not richer by accident, different by design. That decision, made clearly and consciously, changes how you interpret every single other choice on this list. It becomes the lens. Without it, the other 9 are just interesting tips you watched in a YouTube video. With it, they become a system that compounds over time, just like money does. Here's what I want you to sit with before you close this video. Wealth is not a single dramatic moment. It's not the deal that changes everything overnight. It's not the one investment that finally pays off. It's 30 small decisions made consistently in the right direction, even when nobody's watching, even when the weekend looks more appealing than the savings account, even when the easier choice is right there. The version of you 5 years from now is being built right now. In the quiet decisions, the morning intention, the automatic transfer, the moment you sat still instead of reacting. None of it feels significant in the moment. All of it is. That's not a warning. It's actually the most freeing thing about this, because it means the outcome is already in your hands. Not your boss's hands, not the market's hands, not luck. Yours. If this changed how you see even one decision you make tomorrow, subscribe. The next video goes even deeper into the habits that separate the people who talk about wealth from the ones who actually build it.